NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sport. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, live on KCAA Radio Network. We are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles, and we are also available on all of your streaming channels. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. If you want to subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel via Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app, you will be able to watch all our previous shows. Today, I have an amazing guest. Her name is Josette Diaz. Josette is an empowerment coach for midlife women. After years of being last on the list of priorities and ignoring her dreams, life turned upside down so she could get right side up. Josette knew what was meant for her. She had been putting it on the shelf and brushing it off for years. This is when life stepped in to remind her that what is meant for you will find you, even if everything has to fall apart so you can see it. The process of getting right side up taught Josette to be her soulmate. This led to Josette creating a system in self-mastery, Season of the Soul, where high-achieving women align through creative self-development strategies and go from looking successful on paper to living joyfully successfully from the inside out. With a background as a department administrator and leader in an academic healthcare facility, Josette left her career to raise her family in 2001. And in 2006, Josette began her journey as a certified Reiki practitioner, and in 2014, a Reiki master teacher. In the last several years, she has obtained further education, certification as an art therapy practitioner, and a master NLP practitioner trainer and timeline therapy practitioner. Josette is a speaker, #1 best-selling international author, facilitator, and panelist on various topics under empowerment. She has taken the stage and has been a guest on multiple podcasts and live online broadcasts from San Diego to Canada and Australia. And Josette is also one of our leadership team for the Fire Up Connect Empowered Women's Network. So let's welcome Josette Diaz. Hi, Josette. How are you?
Hi, Marie. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here to have this conversation with you.
Yes, I'm really excited that we finally connected, and I finally have you here because I know you've been very busy. Now, tell me, Josette, how did it all start for you? I know I read your background. You had so many accomplishments, but in your own words, how did it really drive you to do what you're doing now?
Well, without making it too long of a story, I'd like to just share with you and everyone else that, when we go back to our childhood and we think about the things that we originally dreamt of, pieces of that dream stay with us. And it encourages us to develop in our identities what direction we want to take as adults. And we sometimes think that it has nothing to do with what we dreamt of when we were a kid. But if you were to really go back and look at that, there is a piece of that energy that follows you. And this is what was occurring to me. I kept having this nudge, this feeling of wanting to really move myself into a position where I was working with women and helping them and leading them to their truest selves. Now, I didn't have those words when I was growing up, of course. I just wanted to have some kind of role where I was influential. And I never dreamt of being like a doctor or a lawyer or any of that. And I think that a lot of women do have that same kind of experience. They might not even remember what they dreamt of. And so I have brought myself forward into when I became, when I started working in an academic healthcare facility. I was a leader for a department and I loved working with my staff. And so it was, and I loved mentoring my supervisors. And so these were the pieces of where my energy had followed me. So to give you an example of what it looks like in real life. And then after I left that role and became a full-time mother, that's a whole different environment. And it was a big transition. And I then found, as my daughters got older, that I had a little more time to think about myself. And that's when the dreams started coming in again and kept nudging me. And I kept ignoring it because I felt like I had too many things to do. Being a high achieving woman, we have a tendency to put others above ourselves. We tend to overgive, overdo, and we prioritize ourselves last. And there's a whole other segment that we could go into as to why that occurs. So let's not go there. But what happened is that I kept brushing off the dream. I kept brushing off the nudge that I kept feeling. And when life turned upside down, meaning I had, something that happened in my world that turned everything upside down. And I didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going to go, how that was going to look in my future. And it put me in the position of having to really look at myself and to really look at what I truly wanted. And my dream rose almost from the ashes. And I, at that point, made a choice to say yes to myself and to what had been nudging me all along. And that taught me how to be my own soulmate, how to truly love myself. And this is what I help high achieving women with, because we do put ourselves last. And it's so important, I believe, now in this time in society that women need to really acknowledge and embrace their own empowerment. And so being high achieving, it's difficult to think about slowing down to really pay attention to what's going on internally with you. And so I guide women to slow down, listen deeply, and connect within so that they can really be in touch with that truest part of themselves, stop ignoring the nudge, and pay attention to their next step and next phase in life.
Okay, wow. Now, you mentioned that when you got to the lowest part of your life, that's when it triggered you to really evaluate yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. How long did it take for you to, from that point on, how long did it take for you to really jump into what you wanted to do?
That's a really good question, because it's not overnight. I think everyone looks at someone who feels like they found, the thing they're doing, their passion has risen and they're in it, that it just happens like this. And it doesn't happen just like that. It's a process. And because I had become a Reiki practitioner, years before, and I did it out of, curiosity. And also I had an affinity for energy. And so I jumped into becoming a Reiki practitioner after experiencing it myself. And so I shifted into becoming a practitioner. And I was at a world-renowned hospital here in San Diego that brings in a variety of different holistic modalities, and Reiki was one of them. And so for 3 years, I volunteered like twice a week and provided Reiki for patients. And I also had my own practice. And in my own practice, you find out what kind of healer you are. And I am an emotional healer. And so it was natural for me to go into coaching, which I had already dabbled in previously before any of this happened, and loved it, just felt like I couldn't do it because I had too many priorities.
Okay.
And so here is rising again as I took on this role of being a Reiki practitioner and working with clientele. I would then automatically move into, it was very natural to be coaching. And so that is the journey that took me 4 years to go through. I mean, I volunteered at the hospital for 3. I had my practice for 4. And then I decided, you know what? I really want to dive into the thing that I love, that calls me the most, that really lights me up. And that was coaching. And it's specific to working with women.
Oh, wow. Okay, so just for a quick definition of what Reiki is, can you
Yes.
give us that in a minute or so? We're going to have to go to the next segment.
Okay. So Reiki is a natural healing modality, and it uses life force energy, which you hear about in yoga. If you practice yoga, if done any kind of reading, it's just a very natural way to guide energy and give it intention to focus on healing. And so there's nothing that the practitioner does. So for me, the energy moves through me, and I'm a conduit for the energy to be traveling to someone specifically for an intention. So if the intention is to get rid of a headache, then as the practitioner, I focus on the energy, please, to, heal the headache, to relieve the pain, the tension in the temples, whatever it is. And that is where the energy is intended to go. Now, Reiki will move, and it has its own process. So it will move in the body wherever else it may be needed that may not be known to the practitioner or even the client. Yet the intended energy that's given concentrated focus is attended to, and there is a healing.
Okay,
So-
wow. I didn't know that. I'm so glad I asked that question. There's a lot more to learn from you, Josette. So for the meantime, we're going to go take a commercial break. And in our next segment, Josette, I would like to learn more about the process of how you help women in terms of your emotional healing. Okay, so don't go away. We will be right back.
Are you ready to take the first step in building a lasting legacy? Join us on October 18th from 2 to 3 p.m. for a powerful workshop where you'll learn how to set up your business, protect your assets, and create the first part of your legacy. Our proven strategies will guide you on your journey to control everything while owning nothing. This is your opportunity to secure your future and leave a lasting impact. Tickets are limited, so act now. Reserve your spot and start your legacy plan today. Check out fireuplive.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Look, you got banks collapsing all around us. Your money is vanishing. You're probably reading the same things in the newspapers I'm reading. You got people trying to tell you what to do, but nobody's looking out for you, really. No one's really protecting you. So you need to protect yourself. You need to look out for yourself. But the one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to panic. This is your money. This is your assets. Let's talk about what you should be thinking about doing with that maybe other people aren't doing because they don't know. The point of this, really, to me, is to help you understand diversification of your portfolio and then looking at other opportunities. So let's get going here. Take back control of your assets. Take back control of your life.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wake, and our guest, Josette Diaz, is here with us today talking about her emotional healing. Now, Josette, you said that you're an emotional healer.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to us exactly? What is that, and what is the process for someone that can take advantage of that from you?
So discovering when you choose to become like a Reiki practitioner or any kind of energy healer or any kind of healer at all, you then develop your own skill set. And some people can be medical healers where they know exactly in the body where there's something going on. For me, it's emotion. So that's where I tap in and I can tell as I'm healing with someone, because usually we set an intention prior to the session beginning. And in that process, you can sense it in the body as a practitioner as you move along. And you may pick up different hints of something that's happening that's relevant to the client in the moment. And so from there, after a session, it's offered to the client if they want to know more. And they already know that when they come into me, that's what they're going to be doing. So the answer is yes. And so
for someone who is not aware that they need emotional healing, what would be the sign for them to say, oh, I didn't realize that I need this? So what would be a good example for someone to really realize that they need you for that?
So I'll use myself as an example. At the time that I sought out Reiki, I had been going through a bit of depression.
Okay.
And to the point that I was not really enjoying things that I used to enjoy. I couldn't get motivated, et cetera. And so my therapist recommended that I go ahead and try a medication to see if it helped lift that fog. And so I was on a medication, didn't really feel so great about doing that. And so I sought Reiki, thinking that it would help alleviate maybe some, pain that I felt, or would provide me with calmness so that I could feel a little more regulated, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So
there's a lot about, if someone is feeling depressed, someone is feeling some pain in their body that they couldn't explain why, or even the doctor couldn't figure it out why, that's when they should really check out with you, because that's something that you might be able to help with.
Well, they usually are. I mean, a Reiki practitioner, if we're speaking specifically that, and no healer can really give you a diagnosis. So people will come for different reasons. I had a woman that came to me and she had torn her Achilles heel, and she was healing from it, but it still wasn't healing enough. And so she came to Reiki for that. And around that, there are other things that have gone into the body because they weren't resolved in your own emotional field or energetic field. So those are the things that get picked up on, and that is what I can bring to someone. So I don't do Reiki as a practice any longer. What has occurred from my journey through being a practitioner is I developed a guided meditation, and I call it a soul awareness meditation, because everything I do is around becoming more aware of it, to enhance your own ability to really align with your values, so that you are creating more happiness and joy in your life, and that you are paying attention to where your blind spots are. And I have a variety of different things that I do with that. To not get off track, though, someone can receive a healing and then look at the emotion behind what's going on in the physical body. Because if it's in your physical body, there is something that's been occurring prior to that that has been ignored or not handled, or still needs healing for it to show up physically. Now, of course, there are things like someone tearing their Achilles heel, doing, core workouts is a whole different kind of thing. Yet there was something going on around that being a possibility to happen. So when we look at this, it's more than just the pain I feel when I have a headache.
Okay.
There's usually something else going on as well. That's where my gift has been is to be able to see what that is or feel it or recognize it. And that's what I help my clients with.
This is very interesting because I can see that some people could be very lost where they're at and not knowing their state of mind and, their body. But with you, you'll be able to kind of help them discover all of that and be more aware of it. Am I right?
Yes, what I do now is because I have that ability to heal and I've been an energy healer, I've developed that skill set. One of the things that I feel that I bring to my clients is the ability to see what's happening around them by hearing what they say. So there are different things that I pick up on that really get to the core, the center of what the issues are. And so I can provide them with a different kind of insight and something that they hadn't thought of or recognized before. And so that really helps lead them into a direction where they are able to really start assessing what they've been doing that's sabotaging them, that's pointing them in the wrong direction, that is diminishing their light, so to speak.
Now, typically, how long does it take for a client to recover or to discover some of the issues? How long does it really take to do that?
It really doesn't take that long, people who come to me are coming to me and they are open to discovery, right? They're not going to come in my atmosphere if they're not open to be, to find something out about themselves.
Okay.
And if they do, and they're still willing to know something about themselves, to know themselves deeper, then they will get, an opening of a new part of themselves that they didn't recognize. So it doesn't take very long to get to those pieces. And the more open you are to it, the more that can be revealed. And so we do this in conversation. If it's a one-on-one client, then we do this through conversation and we discover what your intention is initially from the get-go before we even get started, so that we have a trajectory to place ourselves on and start achieving what your goals are. And those goals can be emotional, they can be spiritual, they can be pragmatic, they can be, you're wanting to have a new dream come alive. And so you want to plan those things. And there are all these hidden little blind spots along that path that can take you off center. And so those are the things that we start revealing so that you can become more aligned with the direction that you're going in. And you are less apt to be taken off track because you can recognize when it's showing up, and you have tools to process that to put yourself back on track. And so that is what my coaching is all about, is to help you really hone in on owning who you are internally so that you can start living joyfully from the inside out.
Okay. Was there a point where a client could be really, really hard to open because either they feel ashamed or embarrassed about the situation or the issue? So if it is, how do you deal with that?
Yes, that's a great question. So let me give you an example. I had a really wonderful client who came to me and could not see herself, imagine herself, or even relate to dreaming. She had, already gone through some pretty intense things, lost her parents and a spouse all within a year and a half of each other. And so she was really wanting to have a new kind of life, but she had no idea how to achieve that, couldn't even fathom dreaming about it. And so in that process where there was a little bit of resistance of using your imagination or even opening yourself up to a dream, if you can't imagine yourself being anywhere else than where you are, that can really keep you very stagnated. And so instead of trying to force the door open, what we did is we took her right where she was, met her right where she was at. And from there, we said, okay, in this situation, what is it that you love? So this is going to sound like a silly example, but what she did was she had a landscaping project that was up. And so she found a landscaper and she started working with the landscaper. So then we started talking about, well, what did you love about your interaction with this person? What did you love about the communication? What do you love about the plans? And from there, she was able to say, well, I don't like this and I don't like that. I do love that. Then she could see what she loved as she eliminated what she didn't like. So we kind of took a different approach, turned it upside down and worked backwards with it. So recognizing what she didn't love, she could recognize what she did love. And when she could see what she did love, she then could open herself up to imagining what she would dream of loving even more.
Wow, that is beautiful, Josette. Okay, we're gonna move on to our next segment, and we'll honor our commercial sponsors. So don't be leaving the our show right now, and so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
AI can be confusing, overwhelming, and a little intimidating, and we decided to do something about it.
That's right. We've been building sales teams and processes for more than 20 years without AI, and here it comes like a freight train, threatening people's jobs and careers, and wondering if entire industries are going to go under, and honestly, most people just aren't ready.
But you can be.
The way that you can be is through education, and I'm not talking about going and getting an advanced tech degree or becoming an engineer or anything like that. Even if you're not tech savvy, you can still leverage AI in your business as long as you understand one simple truth. AI is just a tool. As long as you're using AI as a tool and you know how to use tools, then you're going to be more successful and exponentially more productive.
You can increase your sales, reduce your costs, and you can also free up your time for higher level activities.
So what we're going to do at this session in Fire Up Live is we're going to show you quick and easy way that you can create really killer content for your business in less than 5 minutes. We're also going to show you a super simple tool that you can install in minutes into your business that can potentially 4x your front end sales without any extra leads, without any extra ad spend, and without chasing down old leads that don't even want to do business with you anyway.
So we're looking forward to meeting you at Fire Up Live in San Diego.
The worst thing a homeowner can do is be without a good set of tools. Don't find yourself caught without the right tools. The Real Men of Real Estate's Ultimate Utility Bag ensures you're equipped for any DIY task. With high-quality essentials like a hammer, measuring tape, multi-tool, and Exactac picture hanging tool housed in a sturdy bag, you'll be ready for anything. It's not a good feeling when you have to stop right in the middle of a project because you didn't have that tool that you should have had in the first place. Introducing the Real Men of Real Estate's Ultimate Utility Bag from Caliber 8. This ultimate all-around-the-house tool bag includes essentials like a non-slip grip 16-ounce claw hammer with a nail starter, which is perfect for keeping your fingers safe from getting smashed, a durable 16-foot measuring tape, which is a must in any toolkit, a compact toolkit small enough to fit in your glove compartment or your kitchen drawer, with a utility knife, 2 Phillips and flathead precision screwdrivers, a mini socket set, a box of wood and machine screws, needle nose pliers, wire cutters, and a driver set with flathead Phillips and Torx style bits, and the Exactac picture hanging tool, which makes picture hanging easy with no measuring required or stray holes to deal with. With everything you need conveniently packed in one sturdy bag, you'll be ready for any DIY task. Call area code 619-453-4664 or visit realmenofrealestate.com.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and we are here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. on KCAA Radio Network. Today, we have our guest, Josette Diaz, and she has given us so many great information about how she can help you if you are in a situation where you need emotional healing. So we're going to continue our conversation with Josette. Josette, can you please share some amazing stories that you've had with your clients in terms of the result of your services that you provided to them?
Yes, I certainly can. Let me think about, okay, so let me just kind of work backwards. My recent client, we have been working on her values, and her focus is to bring alive a dream that she's had for quite some time and is actually in the process of bringing into the world. She actually does do it, yet she has a bigger dream for this vision. And she loves working with women. So these are my ladies, the creative types, the high achievers who really, want to do something larger. And she wants to have her own retreat center. And so we are working on her values right now. And even though she has been a person who has always done a lot of inner work, lining up with her values wasn't an unknown, yet she didn't really know what she didn't know. And so we took a deeper dive and looked into those values, and we defined her top 3. And from there, she created a manifesto for each of those values. And through her manifesto, we've been working on the different elements that she has been blinded to, not knowing how it was operating in her life. So the example is, we're going to use calm, because calm is one of her values. And in her value, she presents as a calm person. It's something that she's always been told by other people who know her well, that she always has this very calm, what's the word I want to use? It's her essence, right? And no matter what's going on, there's a part of her that's always calm. So as we dove into this a little bit more, we started to see places in her life where, when she was in a situation that felt chaotic, what did she do? Because if calmness is a value and there's chaos going on, this happens to everybody in the world, right? Then she handles it, or had been handling it, by wanting to regulate her nervous system, because the chaos didn't feel good to her. It didn't match up. Okay. And so she would jump in to try to do something. So whether that was helping clean up or helping, organize something else, she tackled that. And really what we got down to was, instead of reacting to chaos, you then create a requirement out of the value. So in order for you to be in a particular space, you are required to have calm. So if the situation requires her to say, okay, I'm going to use an example of a task that she needs to do. So she has her mother is in a nursing home, yet she needed to go to the dentist. So in order for her to go to the dentist, she had to go pick her up. She had to transport her. It was a big thing. Her mother doesn't get around as easy as she used to. She's in her 90s. Okay. And so in doing that, it wasn't a calm situation that was set up. It was kind of chaotic. It was a lot of her having to do things. So instead of doing that, she can set up that task to work calmly for her. That means arranging for transport that she doesn't have to be involved in, and she meets them at the dentist. And then she takes care of her mother, and then the transport brings her back. She can be back at the center to help her mother, etc. It's a much calmer situation that she can handle and doesn't put her into overdrive. So she turns the value into what's required, and it becomes the driver of her life, rather than her responding to what she needs and then tries to control everything else around her to do it.
Okay. I see. What a great success story for you. That is an awesome transformation in regards to how they improved their life just because of what you do. This is incredible, Josette. Now, for yourself, for your own personal, um, being, when you're helping all these women, uh, how do you look at this whole experience with them that you're able to make a great impact in their lives?
There's something about helping a woman become more self-aware of who they truly are that just feels, I mean, it fills my whole being. I feel very connected to the women that I work with. Connection is one of my values. And it's really important to me to have that connection with the women that I work with because I am their cheerleader. I am their guide. I lead them. I believe in them. I give them my belief when they need it. And they get to borrow that from me so that they can get to where they want to go. Doing what I do, it fills every part of me. And I'm extremely passionate about what I do. And I'm very invested in the women that I work with.
Now, are your clients very attached to you even after you healed them?
I do keep a relationship with the women that I work with, yet I want to see them grow. So that's what I mean when I say I'm connected to them, I'm invested in them. I'm invested in what is possible for them so that they can then take what they learn with me and move forward and know that they have everything they need. So that's the thing that I help them see is that everything that they want already exists inside of them and they become their own authority. I'm not trying to be their authority. I love the women that I work with and I love to stay in touch with them, yet I want them to move beyond what they've done with me.
Now, are you able to track their success after they have a session with you?
Yes, I do keep in touch with the women that I work with.
Okay.
And sometimes they come back when they need to for a check-in.
Okay.
And so we do stay in touch and I am able to see where they're progressing.
That is so incredible. Well, Gisette, I'm really excited that you're one of our leadership team for the Empowered Women's Network. I mean, after learning this, I can already see, that the women we have in our group here in San Diego, that they're going to benefit so much from you. And this is for everyone out there, just so you know, the Fire Up Connect Empowered Women's Network meets every third Wednesdays of the month at the San Diego Mission Bay Resort. So if you ever wanted to meet Josette in person, she will be there as one of our leadership team. And being a member of this group, you actually will have a 15-minute session with her, a consultation to really give you some assessment or at least some introduction of what you can learn from her services. And the group is now established in San Diego Mission Bay Resort. And the membership there is really not that expensive. You're talking about $197 a year. And then you just have to pay for your lunch and you meet other women in there, including Josette. So I know Josette, you also is connected with Vasi Juntalas, who is one of the members that we have. And that's how I met Vasi, is through you.
Yeah.
And you were also one of our panelists at the Queen's Business Expo that we had this year. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
And so, here's my quick question for you. What did you think about being one of our leadership team for the Empowered Women's Network?
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, this group is phenomenal and it's different than other networking groups. What I love about Fire Up Connect for Empowered Women is that we are actually building relationships. And being a person where connection is a value, it really hits all the targets for me because each woman that comes is really invested on being there and building a relationship. And that's different than a lot of other networking spaces that you can be in, that they really have an investment to know you and want to be a partner with you. And that's what I really love about what we're doing. And I feel that the leadership between yourself and Barbara Ham is such a beautiful combination. And both of you are so heart-centered in this way about connection that it just really resonates with me personally. And I see it in the other members when they come in. So if you are looking for something like that, this is really the place to come and be, because there's a lot of women there that are wanting to build relationships with you.
Wow, I love that you shared your thoughts about our group, because, of course, for me and Barbara, we're so dedicated, and we want to make sure that every member will get the benefit from each other. And that's the purpose of why we gather all the women together. So we will go to our next or last segment with Josette. So please don't go away. We're going to find out how we can connect with her and really hear more about Josette. Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back.
My name is Jim McLaughlin, and I am a transformational executive coach and management consultant. And perhaps most important to you, I have been organizing TEDx conferences since 2012 and just completed our 12th event last year. And I've coached and trained over probably 100 speakers during that time. And I've learned what works, what doesn't work, both in coaching and in speaking, in having that stage time, being on a TEDx stage, have that platform to change the world for yourself, but also for the people that you were meant to serve. I'm doing a workshop sharing all of my ideas and what you need to know and how being a TEDx speaker can be powerful for you at Fire Up Live 2024 on October 18th at 1 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there so that you can make the difference that you were made to make.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
You know, for the past 53 years, I have been immeasurably blessed to make my full-time living as both an actor and a speaker, either on stage somewhere or standing in front of a camera. I wanted to take a moment today to tell you how excited I am to be coming to San Diego, California this fall to teach you how to become a professional speaker. I will be teaming up with the multi-talented Marie Waite, and together we will help you design the most compelling, passionate, and energized version of you have ever known. This will equip you with a newfound sense of confidence and the exuberance that it takes to get out there on stage and change lives. The dates are October the 17th through the 20th. I look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and this time, Josette is our guest, and it's such a wonderful conversation we've had here so far, Josette. And this time, I would like to give you the table to talk to our audience and give whatever you wanted to tell them about what they need to hear from you.
Okay. Well, because I specialize in working with women, I'm going to speak to the women in the audience. And what I want you to know the most is that you are worth the journey. And that no matter what's going on in your life, whether you think life is wonderful and it's great and you're right on track and on time, that's perfect. And there's always more. And if you are in a position of feeling like you're stuck or life is not really where you want it to be, there is a different way, a different path, and a way that you can open yourself up to that without it being scary. And I know that that can sound really scary to think about being different or not recognizing yourself in some way. It really throws you outside of a comfort zone. And being a little uncomfortable is a good thing because it means that you're growing and that you have a willingness to expand yourself. And I have different ways to help you, especially through the creative process, to help you recognize your blind spots, to learn more about yourself, all through the creative process. And it feels a lot more effortless. So I just want to share with you that there's always more for you, and you can have exactly what it is that you want, as long as you're willing to continue to let go and allow yourself to see it, have it, and be it. And you can have what's meant for you.
That's so amazing. And what about your words for the members of the Empowered Women's Network?
Ladies, you are going to have the biggest opportunity to really work with the whole leadership panel. And if you come and see me, then I'm going to help you target some things that maybe you have a blind spot to. And if you don't, you know that you have something that you're kind of stuck on, we're going to unstick. So I'm excited to offer the time with you. I look forward to getting to know you. And I'm really all about making those connections and really helping you move past whatever it is that you are challenged by right now.
Okay, Gisette. So my last question for you, and take your time on this because I'm a visionary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to know what your vision for the upcoming years for you in terms of your existence in this world and in your business industry. So please share your thoughts on that.
So I have a membership that I see expanding and getting bigger. It's called An Artist's Guide to Journaling. And it helps women with exactly what we've been talking about. And they come as they are. So I'm very excited about seeing that grow and expand next year. I see that getting big. And I also see the courses that I've created in Seasons of the Soul expanding as well and becoming more well known, because I know that what I offer women in producing change in their life, I have a different way of helping them process that. And I'm very excited to see all of that expand. I also look forward to adding retreats to my repertoire. And so, yeah, I'm very excited about the future. I see so many things happening and opening up where I can help more and more women with the work that I do.
Okay. Do you have any specific programs that you can share to everyone that they can sign up for?
Yes, I have my membership, An Artist's Guide to Journaling, and that you can access through my website, which is guidancetowellness.com. And you can find that under the Seasons of the Soul courses and memberships. So I have a membership for that. I also have courses that range from 6-week programs to 3 months to 6 months. So depending on what you're looking for, you can start with any of those programs, and all of them are my system of self-mastery under Seasons of the Soul. So there's a lot there that's offered. I also do one-on-one coaching, and you can find that all at guidancetowellness.com.
Okay. Is there a way that they can call you if they just wanted to talk to you real quick?
Yes. You can reach me at 324-4011.
Can you please repeat it again? So
Yes.
they are still looking for their phone, their pen.
It's 858-324-4011.
Okay, there you go, everyone. Thank you so much, Gisette, for joining our show today. That is an incredible opportunity for women to connect with you and to learn on how they can make their life fabulous by working with you. And for everyone out there, please don't forget that we are here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. And I am so thankful that you have stayed with us and listened to our show. And I am really thankful for your support. And again, we are going to be here every Sunday at 3:00. We also have other hosts like Teresa Lawrence and different experts that we bring into this show. So make sure that you tune into our show and subscribe to the Building Solid Foundations channel in Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android. And we're all in your favorite streaming channels. So don't forget, this is the KCAA. We are on 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. Okay, so that is in the greater Los Angeles. So make sure you tune into our show. Anyway, I want to say have a great, fabulous lifestyle, everyone. And don't forget to check us out here in the San Diego Mission Bay Resort for the Fire Up Connect Empowered Women's Network. And you get to meet all of us. All right, sounds good. And thank you so much, Gisette, and hope to see you again here, okay?
Thank you, Marie. Thank you for having me.
Bye, everyone.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance.